Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. And it is our official start to week number 2. Now, just a few things that I want to go over here. There's several things that we really need to cover in this video as we officially launch off another week here within the course. I do understand that last week, that on Monday and Tuesday, that our learning management system was down. There were technical issues where students or faculty, neither one of us can actually log on to Desire to Learn, to navigate the course, to access D2L, to check our emails, to log into Power Campus. We did have some technical difficulties that lasted for about 2 days. So, with that being said, I've actually been lenient in terms of how the discussions as well as the assignment for week 1 were due. Now, moving forward now, okay, the one thing that I want to really point out to the class is that we're going to really execute the timely manner of how things are done this week. So, for example, and I discussed this before, the week 2 discussions, these are due. Your initial response, remember, that would be Thursday, September 1st. Both responses you want to make. As you can tell, it's going to notify you in the calendar when the actual due dates are, for the discussion post as well as the assignments. So at 11:59 p.m., I expect initial response for the week 2 discussions. And as you can see, there are 2 discussions and these are threads. So just like what we did in week 1, we're going to duplicate that in week 2 and so on and so on. That's going to be the protocol in terms of how we do things. So, of course, as you look into the new week, here's my lecture that I provided. Some of it's textbook material. A lot of it is just me referencing. These are my own words as well. Just want to let everybody know that. And I gave you examples. So this week we're going to talk about basic math. So we're going to round to the nearest hundredths, the nearest tenths. We're going to round off whole numbers. We're going to calculate fractions. We're going to convert decimals over to fractions. We're going to do the basic math thing. And there is a reason why we need to understand basic math for this course. Reason being, is for accurate measurements when we're putting together recipes as well as accurate servings. So keep that in mind. Basic math is what we're going to cover. Also, converting the percentages over to decimals. That's another thing that we are going to definitely take a look at this week. So read chapter 2 of the textbook. Look over, of course, the lecture material that I provided. And then also what I did towards the end here, I provided a PowerPoint. Okay, like I said, I would include PowerPoints as well. And really the PowerPoint that I put together is just somewhat of a duplicate of the lecture that I provided for you all to take a look at and to read as well. Okay, so again, September the 1st, Thursday. All right, your discussion posts are due. Make sure you get that in at 11:59 p.m. That's Thursday, September the 1st. Welcome to September, everybody. This year is going by very fast. And then the assignment. Your assignment, which is due on Saturday nights. Okay, this is going to be the week 2 assignment. So, again, with the week 1 assignment, I'm being lenient. If it was not submitted by last night at 11:59 p.m., get that assignment into me by today, because technically Mondays are the new start to every week within this course. So what you're going to do, and I think this is a pretty simple assignment, just with basic math, convert these percentages over and tell me what number you come up with. So this purpose of it is to understand percentages, okay, in preparing, again, dishes and following recipes, as I had mentioned just a few minutes earlier. I want you to put this in writing, you all, 200 to 300 words following APA format. This is your week 2 assignment, which will be due on September the 3rd, if you look at the bottom. Saturday, September the 3rd at 11:59 p.m. And of course, the one thing I want everybody to remember is that as you log on, you go into the week, this video that you're looking at right now The link is going to be down here in materials. And I want everybody, the first thing that you do is you look at my instructional videos. The next thing you want to do is look at the lecture. The next thing you want to do is begin to read the chapter textbook. So this week it would be chapter 2. And then the next thing that you want to do is you want to engage into the week 2 discussions, the 2 questions. You want to answer that. And then also reminder everybody, I want everyone to give a response to at least one of your peers for the discussion question. So I just had to piggyback there and I had to make a reference of that. Make sure you respond to at least one of your peers for each discussion question, that being discussion number 1 and discussion number 2. And I like to see that done by Saturday night as well. Okay, so that is the week 2 content. We're covering basic math. Lots of fun. Now, here's the main thing that I want to cover, and I want to bring this to everybody's attention right now, is the signature assignment to this course. Now, what is the signature assignment? It happens to be the final assignment that you will do for this class, the final paper. So you will see that if you scroll down to your content, I just clicked on it, it says signature assignment. And I want to give everybody a heads up with this right now. So this is a PDF document. These are the instructions to complete the assignment. You click on that. And this is what we're doing. Okay, so read the instructions. This is a scenario that I created. Okay, so everybody, you're putting yourself in the position of being a sole proprietor, okay? Not the owner of a franchise establishment, but a sole proprietor. You are an independent owner of a restaurant establishment called Quest Cuisine. Now, of course, with the course being centered around cost control in the food industry, this includes management, employee morale, as well as overhead costs. Your task is to ensure that you will keep overhead minimized relating to the expenses and the restaurant maintaining a cushionable profit. Now, the rigor, okay, meaning the level of difficulty for this assignment, okay, is that a final assessment, which is the assignment, is going to be divided up into sections. And it's going to be due throughout the various dates of the semester. So the process of how you put this paper together, and this is a technique and method that I've used for several years now, and it happens to be pretty effective, is called scaffolding. Scaffolding is when you break up a main assignment for a course and you assign it in different sections. So, for example, let me scroll down here. Section 1. This is divided up into 4 sections if you haven't taken a look already. But Section 1, and it's 2 parts to Section 1 here, as you can tell. You have an introduction. That's going to be 200 to 300 words. Okay, you're going to write an introduction of the restaurant. Again, you're going to call it Quest Cuisine, all right? Don't call it anything else. Call it Quest Cuisine. That is the objective here. Okay, you're going to talk about what your specialty will be in terms of what you will serve. So, are you going to be Mexican? Are you going to be Italian? Are you going to be Chinese, Japanese? Are you going to be American? What is going to be your specialty in terms of the restaurant? And what are you going to serve? What's going to be on your menu? Another thing to consider is, will you have entertainment or other things to offer outside of the food and beverage of the restaurant? The other part of Section 1 would be recipes, unit conversions, yields, and cost. And so in 400 to 600 words, I want everyone to discuss the main courses on your menu. In the details, give examples of unit conversions, yields, and recipe costing, and that's based out of your text readings. So we have not yet touched bases on this because we're talking about chapters 3, 4, and 5. So chapter 3 will be in week 3, chapter 4 will be in week 4, chapter 5 will be in week 5. And that's when we'll talk about unit conversions, yielding cost, as well as recipes. So I want everyone to be creative in this, okay? Really use your critical thinking and reflective thinking when putting this together. Now, the due date of Section 1 is September 24th. So we're looking at a month from now. Saturday, September the 24th is when you're going to submit this assignment. And then what I will do periodically, I will give reminders throughout the next couple of weeks. My advice to everyone is give yourself at least 2 weeks to work on this. So what you want to do is, like maybe the week of September the 10th, start working on this. Start putting the Section 1 together. Start getting your research together, your materials, and start writing that section. So we're looking at an estimate of maybe about anywhere from 600 to 900 words, okay, for Section 1. And again, that due date would be on September the 24th. And then Section 2, look at this entire instruction layout for the final assignment if you want to. But don't worry about Section 2 right now. I want the class to focus on putting together Section 1. And again, everyone, remember, in the writing, we're using APA format. I look for an introduction, I look for the body, and I look for the conclusion. That is the complete paper when it's all put together. And then also, make sure that you include a reference page at the end of the paper. Reference page is per APA formatting and guidelines. If you don't understand how to put together a reference page, do not hesitate to reach out to me. By all means, I am here to help you through that process along with other matters. So that is the objective of week 2, and then looking forward ahead, class, in terms of what we're going to be doing for the final assignment, the signature assignment. Again, everyone, as always, if you have any questions, this is my availability. I do not take calls and text messages on Sundays, but I am available Monday through Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. And then also for texts, I'm available from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., that being on Saturday as well. Now, a few of you have actually reached out to me throughout the course of the week. And yes, I did expedite the matter of getting back in contact with you. Reason being, it's because when D2L was down those first 2 days on Monday and Tuesday, I know that created inconvenience for everyone. As the first day of class was this past Monday, that was the start of the semester. But you can contact me again. Here's my hours. And then also, please feel free to email me as well. Okay, class. Well, enjoy your Sunday. This is Professor Javier Black, and have a great start to the week.